Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another Star Wars video, and this one's going to be kind of, at first unnerving, but also just kind of talking about what Star Wars is. So a lot of things have been happening recently on Twitter. I don't like to delve too much into the toxicity of the, let me just say, the fake fans, and it's just a whole thing. So essentially there was some complete moron online with the best name ever, totally credible, and by that I mean he's not. Little butthole. Anyway, so the whole thing, before I begin, I just want to quickly tell you that I'm going to be having in the description below a list of essentially everything that is canon to Star Wars. So the movies, the video games, the shows, the comics, all that stuff. It's all going to hopefully be down there. And let me just explain to you what is canon. So we've got stuff like the comic books and the novels. We've got Jedi Fallen Order, Battlefront 2, the new Star Wars Squadrons coming out. Some parts of LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, those bridging connection levels. And then, of course, you have Rogue One, Solo, and Episodes 1 through 9. So, that is officially what's canon. I know there's a thing called head canon, which in your mind, you piece together what you think. But the actual real-life canon is what I've just said. And I'm going to have that down below. So just to keep that in mind. A lot of the... I guess I'll bring this up too. I want to take it kind of a second. This might be controversial, but we need to hear it. I'm going to be talking about real fans of Star Wars versus fake fans. You've heard me talk about this before, but it needs to be said because apparently no one's getting the picture. A real fan of Star Wars is like me, and hopefully like you. I love everything Star Wars. Now, that doesn't mean I'm biased towards Star Wars. I just happen to have positive opinions for Star Wars, Like Squadrons and LEGO Star Wars, I'm like, oh, they should be fun, but I'm not going to automatically give them, great reviews just because I'm biased towards Star Wars. I just happen to really love this franchise. And I do have some negatives about it. When I'm going to be having a video soon, talking about that, where I review the Star Wars movies Part 2, how they're actually filmed. So the way that the movies and everything is shot and filmed, and the writing, and the editing, and the acting, all that stuff I have problems with. Not all of them, of course. Mainly the prequels and a few things of the originals. But as they're created, Star Wars is not perfect, and I understand that. However, as far as content is concerned, of the way I perceive that Star Wars media, it's all perfect in my opinion. I love the prequels. I love the originals. I love the sequels. Yes, the sequels are canon. Grow up here and accept it. There's so much to it that just irks me. And of course you get all these fake fans who, they're always like, oh, Last Jedi sucks, and Disney killed Star Wars, and all this crap, They're just peddling to peddle, that's all it is. Because realistically, I love all of Star Wars, and really, I don't see any hate for it at all. Really, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with Star Wars. Like, I love everything about it. It's all great, again, the way they're made, but the way that it's content perceived, it's literal perfection in my opinion, and I don't understand the hate. But some a-hole called, get this, Doomcock, great fucking name, he said, and I quote, that apparently Star Wars, there's a bit of rumbling at Lucasfilm and Disney, and that Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau, little butthole that makes Iron Man, he's Happy Hogan, he doesn't get it either. A lot of the guys that make Star Wars don't get it, George Lucas, Star Wars is for 12-year-olds. No, it's not. Star Wars is not for kids. It's far too violent. And then, of course, you have Mark Hamill. Luke was out of character. Fun fact, Mark Hamill didn't like how Luke was perceived in The Last Jedi, and then upon watching The Last Jedi for the first time, he then told Ryan that he was wrong. There you go, haters. So all of the, some of the even bigwigs in Star Wars don't even know what they're talking about. And some of the big-name YouTubers don't either. I'm not going to name a few names, but Mike Zero, he's got zero idea what the hell he's talking about, trust me. And of course he's got a big-ass following. But all of this, like I said, is just a big step downward. And I hate the toxic fans. I hate the fake fans. Just everything's dead. Star Wars is dead. Disney killed it. It's all screwed. We're done. I hate it. It's over. It's bad. It's just, learn to like some stuff. I don't love the way they're made, the prequels, but I think the originals are good and the sequels are flawless in my opinion. I just love it all, It's not hard to just love something. You can't be a fan of something and hate it. You know what I mean? And bringing that up because this Doomcock freak, great effing name by the way, totally great name. He apparently said, like I said, Lucasfilm is having some trouble, and they're talking, again, this is a rumor, they're talking about removing Episode 7, The Force Awakens, 8, The Last Jedi, and 9, The Rise of Skywalker from the official Star Wars canon, and doing something different, and just kind of putting that in its own multiverse, apparently. Well, newsflash, Doom Freak, there is no Star Wars multiverse. It's all canon. The stuff that is Legends, of course, is not, because that is non-canon from Disney. But the sequels, love them or hate them, and I don't know why anyone would hate them, love them or hate them, they are canon, and you cannot change that. There's a stupid-ass petition going on where like 200 people or a few thousand people are signing. And newsflash, guys, if this petition, where they're going to retcon and take the sequels out and make new ones, it won't work. It will not work. It will never work. It made over $5 billion altogether. It's a huge success. You'd have to take away the marketing and the Lego game, and everything would just be completely destroyed. And it would tear away the franchise. And really, I don't think Disney has the balls and the gall to do that. Disney can be kind of, I'm not going to say the word, but kind of strange at times with their decision-making, veering off to a certain direction. However, with that going forward, I don't think they're stupid enough to go, oh man, a few thousand people, a few 100,000 people don't like the sequels. Well, I guess we'll just say F it, you know, just start all over, whatever, no one will care. Newsflash, guys, let me just tell you this. This is fact. Yes, a lot of people hate the sequels, but guess what? When the prequels came out, they hated the same freaking thing. Jar Jar Binks ruined Star Wars. It didn't. Rose Tico and Holdo ruined Star Wars. It didn't. You're just an idiot. You know what I mean? That's plain and simple. Again, if you have real opinions, that's fine. But when you go hating just to hate and be stupid, you are a fake fan. Again, the more you hate on something, you can't call yourself a fan of that thing. It's just common sense. So, going forward with that, again, like I said, Disney, it's just, again, Doomcock fucking said it. What does that mean? Oh, it must be happening because he said it, you know what I mean? It's like, no, that's not going to happen. Disney's not that dumb. They're not going to cancel the sequels because a few thousand people didn't like them. And again, I was going to say, more people love the sequels than they hate the sequels. And that's a fact. The only reason why you hear about the hate for the sequels and the hate for the prequels and the hate for, I don't know, Resistance or Battlefront 2 is simply because people are drawn to negativity. And that's also a fact. I'm not. I focus on the positive. Yes, I have negative and positive opinions on things, but that doesn't mean I go hate on something. Again, don't hate. You can have a negative opinion. You don't have to love a certain movie. But when you hate on it and wish it wasn't canon and petition to make it not canon, that's disgusting. It's embarrassing. You're literally an embarrassment to the Star Wars franchise, and you are a fake fan. Whoever signed that does not deserve to be called a fan of Star Wars. And I'm sorry. I'm probably going to get some dislikes, but no one's saying it, and it needs to be said. This is the final straw, you know. I'm going to focus on the positive of Star Wars as I always have. So if you're new here, I only focus on the positives of Star Wars. Yes, I have some negatives about it when I review them, but overall, I'm not going to make clickbait trash like Mike Zero. I'm not going to make other garbage like Geeks and Gamers, a little freak. I'm not doing any of that. And I'm sure they're nice people, but the content they make is so trashy and clickbaity and just wrong and hateful that it's embarrassing for a real Star Wars fan like myself who I like it, you know what I mean? I'm a fan of Marvel. I generally like everything Marvel. I'm a fan of Lego. I generally like everything Lego. I'm a fan of Star Wars. I generally like everything Star. It's just hard to understand, and I don't know why people don't understand it. It's really frustrating. So, again, everyone that signed that little baby petition is just wasting their time, wasting their efforts, and they're immature little children. That's all it is, and it will not happen. If, by a margin of a fraction of a chance, Disney caves into these morons and these fake fans and losers and says, oh, okay, yeah, a few thousand, 100,000 people don't like them, so we're just going to erase them. If that happens, I will have officially lost my faith in Disney, and I will assume the new content they make in place of the ones we have now is the fake fan canon, and the real fan canon is what we have now, 7 through 9. So, again, if you don't like a certain movie, or if you don't like a certain thing about Star Wars, I'm not calling you a fake fan if you have general, real-life opinions. But if you trash people for liking movies, and hate the movies, and call them, Star Wars is dead, and petition to take them off canon, you don't have a life. You need to go find a happiness and find a life. It's just disgusting. So, again, I've always focused on the positivity of Star Wars, and I will always do that. But if Disney does do that, I'm sorry, Disney, but you're idiots. Don't do that. Do not cave in to these people. Again, more people love Star Wars than hate it, and that is also a fact. So, again, I really don't want to see any negative comments. You suck, Last Jedi sucks, because I will be deleting them. I accept opinion, but not hate. And again, like I said, this needs to be said. A lot of people are holding back, but this is the one video I'm going to focus on this because this is the last straw. It's just disgusting. It really is. It's just we've gotten so far low with these fake fans that we have to petition to remove the sequels from canon. You know how dirty that is? Like, how stupid are you to do that? That is just so lowbrow and just gross, you know what I mean? And I'm sure the people aren't bad people. It's just their decision to do that was gross. And again, I'm not hating on the people that do these things. I'm hating on the decisions they make because they're really dumb and immature decisions. So, Disney, I know you're never going to watch us, but do not cancel the sequels. Again, more people love the prequels and the sequels than there are people that don't like them. It's just, that's how it goes. But again, people are drawn to negativity. They feed off of it. And that's why you hear about the negativity more than the positivity, because that's what people are drawn to. So, again, I'm going to end it here. I probably ranted too much, but again, I'm really disgusted about that. These fake fans, I can't even talk, I'm so mad. These fake fans need to get out of my franchise, go back in your mom's basement, do something better with your life than go bitch on the internet for 5 hours straight, because it's getting to a very bad point, and we need to stop it in its tracks, because this is getting out of hand. Again, I love all of Star Wars. I have positivity and negativity about how the films are made, but generally I love everything Star Wars. Canon, the books, comics, movies, games, TV shows. I love it all. Every time I watch a Star Wars movie, I get giddy. I went to Galaxy's Edge. I had a blast. Galaxy's Edge is amazing. It's canon. It's set between the 8 and 9. It's just so much fun. Again, whenever I hear the word Star Wars, I just get happy because it's a great franchise, and these fake fans are just bringing it down. And please, if you love anything Star Wars, if you love The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, or even Solo, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, don't be afraid to say it. Because, you know, I say it all the time. I love all of Star Wars. I say it all the time on Twitter. And I don't care what anyone says, you know what I mean? That's how I feel, you know? So don't feel scared to say that you like something on the internet, because more importantly, people like it just like you. Again, the reason why we hear all this crap is because that's what people search for. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Hopefully Disney doesn't do this. I highly doubt they are. Again, for people that even want to remove the sequels from canon is childish and immature. And if Disney did that, that would be just really immature of them as well. So again, guys, as far as I know, episodes 1 through 9 are canon. They will always be canon, and if that changes, it will still be canon, because the new stuff they do, of course, is just to appease these fake fans. So anyway, I'm a real fan of Star Wars. I have some positives and negatives about how they're filmed, but generally, I love everything Star Wars, and I always will. Hope you guys agree with me. Again, sorry if I ranted too long, but again, this is just, it's too much, you know? It really is. It's gotten to a point where I'm like, I can't just sit there and let these fake fans ruin everything again, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Again, if you love Star Wars, tell me in the comments. Again, subscribe if you're not, because I'm almost at 600. And let me tell you guys, all I will focus on is the positivity of Star Wars. I love it so much. It's my second favorite franchise, first in Ninjago, and I just love it so much. It's fantastic, and I can't wait for the future. And yeah, just don't let the fake fans worry your day, man. Please, just stay in your bubble, focus on the positive, and you know, we're allowed to accept criticism. But hate, that's going to be a no-go. So thank you guys. May the Force be with the real fans. And I'll see you guys in the next video.